Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're going to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge R230 server. In this video we're going to specifically focus on how to do mass updates. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today to learn a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge R230 server. Do us a favor if you find anything that helps you in this video. Click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, we'll top in. This video will be specifically dedicated to mass updates. It's one of my favorite videos in the series. Essentially what we're going to show you how to do is keep your server up to date, which is obviously incredibly important for an older server. And depending on how long ago it was since you did your last update, could depend on how long it takes. Sometimes with the older 13th gen like the 230 is, it could literally take hours to do updates. When we have to do a bunch of them at one time and they're super old, sometimes we'll literally just leave them running overnight because it literally can take hours and hours and we don't want to tie up our lab. So just know that going into it. When you do the updates, depending on how long it is, don't be worried if it does take hours to do, just depending on how old it is. So anyhow, all right, so what we're going to do in this video, we are going to show you how to connect your server to the network. And then we're going to show you how to access Dell's network share with the updates, where you can essentially just pull and download everything. And then we're going to show you step-by-step instructions on essentially selecting it and doing the updates as a whole. So let's just hop into all the good stuff. First things first, you're going to boot up your system just like normal. You're going to click F10 to get into the iDRAC Lifecycle controller. Once you get into the iDRAC Lifecycle controller, which does take a little bit of time, sometimes during the just the initialization. It's not always the fastest because obviously it's just booting up. It's got a lot to do, so do be patient with it. But once it does actually officially enter into the Lifecycle controller, you'll have an option where you can select your actual settings, which is going to be on the left, and then you can navigate down to network settings. Alright, so after you click network settings, you need to make sure that you pick the network port that your Cat5 cable is plugged into. Ours is under the integrated NIC1 that's selected. Then for the IP address source, you need to go to DHCP. And once you're done, you're just going to click finish in the bottom right corner. This will apply the changes and automatically set the IP address, which will give the server internet access. It's going to pop up and say success for your network settings. You're going to click OK. Once you click OK, you're going to want to go to Firmware Update. Once you select Firmware Update, you're going to get several options. You're going to want to click Launch Firmware Update. Once you've launched the firmware update, you're going to want to select Network Share CIFS or NFS or HTTPS or HTTPS server. And then you're going to click Next. Once you've clicked Next, there's going to give you several different options, and you're going to select the bubble for HTTPS. Under the share name address, you want to make sure that it says downloads.dell.com, and then you're going to click Next. This will begin to look for available updates. Basically, it'll find anything that's not updated, and it's going to tell you what you need to update. Select yes if you want to continue. When they pull up the prompted dialog box. It's going to take a few minutes to run your search for the updates, so be patient, give it some time. Realistically, sometimes we would just walk away and come back because it does take sometimes 10-15 minutes. Sometimes only a couple minutes, but just do know it's going to take a little bit of time. When it does pop up, it'll say something like, firmware update Lifecycle does not import HTTPS certificate. Press yes. Right after you click next, do know it's going to take some time to prepare all the different updates that you need. So right now it's a little bit of a waiting game. Just be patient, sit back and relax as it goes through. You might get prompted with something like a firmware update. As far as Lifecycle controller does not import, just click yes. That's not a big deal. And really you're just going to keep waiting for a little bit of time here, and it'll pop up and it'll show you all the the various updates that you need to do. And again, it's just a waiting game, so we're going to actually fast forward for a second here. So eventually it's going to pop up and it's going to show you all of the various updates that you need. It'll be different for different people. On ours, you can see everything from the OS driver pack, the NIC needs to be updated, the firmware is going to need to be updated. It's just going to go through literally every individual thing
which is really nice. That it's going to show you all the different options and everything that you need to do. Looks like our HBA 330 needs to be updated. The iDRAC controller needs to be updated. So basically everything just realistically needs a good refresh for this server here. So and do note when you you select all of them, you're going to click apply. It will take anywhere from a few minutes to hours, and I do mean that hours. Sometimes we'll do mass updates, and we're needing to update 100 servers at a time, and we'll leave them running overnight and come back, and some of them still aren't done. So it does take quite a bit. So if it's something that you don't want it down or whatever, I do recommend doing it overnight. Sometimes it's helpful, but in general, just do expect it will take some time. After you've applied all the updates, if you want to verify that the updates went through, you're simply just going to hit F10 back on the boot menu. You're going to go back into your Lifecycle controller, you click Firmware Update, and you'll view your current versions, and this will actually show you that everything is the most current version is up to date, and that everything is ready and good to go.
Well, hey, if you found this video helpful, do us a favor, click that like and smash that subscribe. And if you're looking for any custom built Dell, HPE, Supermicro, IBM, Cisco, we sell new and we sell used, and we would love the opportunity to earn your data center or your home labs business. Please email us at sales@cloudninja.com. That's sales@cloudninja.com. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Take care.